think when you talk about luxury and sustainability in the same sentence, they can work well together.
It's really apparent here because we're so close to nature, you know, how much you really want to kind of protect the area that you live in.
Everything that we do, we think about the impact it has outside of the lodge. It may not be things that guests notice, but it's things that we're doing behind the scenes.
At the lodge, we're trying to be more and more sustainable every day. Sustainable products by their nature are better because they're in season, and also it supports the local community.
We've recently changed our fish supplier, our meat supplier.
All of our meat is sourced locally. We have a butcher based in Le Charbes, which is a 10-minute drive away. 95% of the meat is Swiss.
And all the fish that we source is now MSC certified, which for us, even though we operate in a mountainous environment, is very important that what we're serving is correctly handled and looked after.
And it's not just about where it's fished, but it's also how it's fished. If it's day boats, line caught.
The cheese is made in the village itself up in Verbier, which is incredible.
The cheese is absolutely fantastic because of the cows grazing on the mountains, and the cows are much happier, they produce better milk. The laitery where we buy our raclette cheese and le thon, which are both made on site, is a 5-minute walk. I know the son Mark well, and then his dad Roger, they've been making cheese for years. We buy off them every week.
La fabrication du fromage dans des petites structures comme ça, c'est intéressant parce qu'on a du lait frais et c'est du lait qui est produit dans des alpages à 2500 mètres. Un lait qui est cru, donc qui est vraiment très bonne qualité.
The AOC in Switzerland, the Appellation d'Origine Contrôlée, is something that's put in place to protect certain products from an area. The best example in the Valais is the raclette cheese, so that can only be made in the Valais with unpasteurized milk.
Pour eux, c'est un signe de qualité, donc dès qu'ils voient le signe AOP, donc pour eux, ils pensent que c'est un produit sûr et c'est vrai que...
Other products include the abricot de Valais. They're beautiful apricots, amazing flavour. Because there's so many apricots during the summer, when they're in season, we generally make big batches of apricot jam to see us through the winter.
We really like to encourage guests to try the Swiss wines while they're here, as almost 95% of them are kept within Switzerland and not exported. The Valais region, which is where we're located, has some great wines to choose from. Fondant is what the Valais region is mainly known for. It's a white wine, it's quite crisp, a little bit like a sparkling wine on the tongue, but it's not. And it's quite different, so people really enjoy trying those.
At the lodge we grow a lot of our own herbs. We grow mint that we use for mint tea. We grow nasturtium leaves which I use in the salads. We can literally jump over the fence out the back of the lodge and pick wood sorrel. Use that on a few dishes. Also, right at the beginning of summer, we go and pick all the elderflower, which is a really short season, and make 10 litres of elderflower syrup, and we use that in drinks, cocktails, also for a really nice elderflower souffle.
By thinking about sustainability, you don't have to compromise on quality. Darren, the head chef, and myself work closely with the Sustainable Restaurants Association, and annually we complete their audit, which examines everything that we do basically from all aspects of the lodge, whether it's the power that we use, whether it's something to do with where our meats or fish are sourced, and how we get it here.
We were fortunate enough to be nominated for Best International Restaurant. Got a lot of good feedback and then a lot of ideas about stuff we could improve on in the future as well.
And so I think what it's made us do is stop and look at everything we do. The water we serve at the lodge is all tap water. The quality of the water that we get from our taps is absolutely second to none. It comes straight off the mountain and into the glass. The idea to stop using plastic water bottles came from Richard, and it was a group-wide thing. On the back of that, we partnered with Give Me Tap, who provide reusable stainless steel water bottles. And this really gave us the chance to get rid of all the plastic water bottles that we use. So the idea is that you can take them out on a walk and you don't have to chuck the bottle right at the end of the day. It just gets refilled and reused the next day. We recycle all our food waste.
We weigh all of the waste that we get rid of, so that at the end of the week we can look back, and if there's any kind of trends that we're noticing, we can look at the menus and kind of tackle it that way.
We use entirely hydroelectric power, and if you come to the lodge, I think you'll notice that all the interior wood that we use is reclaimed local oak. Just small things like that we've done over the last few years have certainly had an impact on the building as a whole and just our impact on the local area.
I think it's important as a hotel to be more sustainable. I think it's important for everyone.
We're always evolving and looking at ways of improving the guest experience, as well as working with local suppliers and producers to make the lodge a more sustainable property.